Welcome to Paint Your Happy Mixed Media Workshop. In today's workshop, we will be learning how to create using a process of play, creative exploration, and our imagination. For materials, you're going to need a permanent marker and a thin blank piece of paper, some pages from an old dictionary or a storybook, Mod Podge, a thick art paper suitable for mixed media work such as 300 GSM watercolor or specially designed paper for mixed media. For a complete list of all other materials such as colors and brushes, check the comments or description below. To start, you're going to need to find a quiet place to do this project, get comfortable, and then rip the thin paper into different shapes and strips, which we will be using as notes for writing. Then using the marker, write down all quotes, affirmations, any spiritual teachings that you have found inspiring in your life. At this step, avoid overthinking or worrying about your handwriting because we are going to use these strips and pieces in a way that's going to be covered by paint later on. So just feel free and keep writing all those positive quotes and words that have inspired you in your life that help you keep going. Once you have exhausted all the thoughts and ideas, just put your pen down and go through everything you have written and pick some words or quotes that you like best. No need to put the rest aside just yet. We will come back to that a bit later. All right, are we ready for the next step? So for this collage, I'm going to use a page out of a very old dictionary. Now, I absolutely hate ripping out books of any kind, but then I found this dictionary headed for one of the bins at the local op shop, and what I realized was the pages in this dictionary, they are degrading to the point that there's no life in them. So a way to test, well, don't do this with your good books or your books that are listed as antiques, but you see how it's turned to like biscuits and they're cracking. And collage is a wonderful way to give life to books which are degrading to the point of no return. And I have picked this page because it has the word grow on it for this mixed media paint your happy collage. And what I'm going to do is use this page to set the background for this painting. Okay, not yet given it much thought. I'm going to be very intuitive, freeform, organic with the way I create. And when I'm ripping more collage elements like paper serviettes and things like that, I wouldn't be talking because I'm going to work from my heart, if that makes sense. But still I'll be putting some notes during the video once the video is done, so you know a gist of the kind of thoughts that were going through my head when I was making this project. Okay, so let's get started. For this project, I'm going to have either a heart or butterfly as main subjects for the painting. Heart because basically I want to drive all these positive affirmations towards the heart and sort of make it like take root in the heart, and then let the mind draw from the foundations of these positive thoughts. Now I've made enough, and I would suggest do that as well. If you make enough of these quotes or affirmations, it's okay to end up with a surplus rather than fall short and having gaps left in the paper to fill up. You could fill up the gaps with paint or other collage materials like serviettes, but just for the sake of simplicity and making sure that you don't get out of the creative zone when you're doing this project, make surplus. And if you end up with are using up all of them, that's excellent. If not, there will be some left over for other projects. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is tentatively I want these words to sort of peek through the page of the dictionary. Some of them, not all of them, and we'll see where to go from there. Keep it very intuitive and painting from the heart. Once you're happy with the placement of all the dictionary pages and the strips of quotes and affirmations, apply a layer of PVA glue or Mod Podge, which is what I recommend for mixed media projects, and then just stick them on as you have planned previously. And once you have stuck all the words, feel free to add additional layers of collaged papers, maybe paper serviettes, paper napkins, anything that you really want to add to this project at this stage, and then seal the whole sheet with a layer of sealer like a binder medium or Mod Podge. This also prevents the collaged paper from peeling off or getting torn when you add watercolors on top of it. So yes, do remember to seal the collage pieces of paper with a layer of binder medium or Mod Podge or PVA glue. So for the next step, what we're going to do is create some kind of a subject that really resonates with you on a heart level. So the background is to help us remember those values and quotes and affirmations while we go through life, and we need reminders. So the background, as you can see, is now dry. It's a bit shiny because of the glue or Mod Podge that's gone on top of it, and doing that is a good idea because the papers, these are all different kinds of papers. Some of them are old and vintage, and even if you don't use old falling apart papers, it's a good idea to seal it with glue and Mod Podge for the subsequent layers to go on top, and sealing them will ensure that they don't start coming off your canvas or paper surface.